Welcome back to Great Day for this Thursday, and on Thursdays about this time we like to give you a heads up as to where all the great music is happening around town. That's why we call on the expertise of one Chad Taylor from band Bombshell to point you in that direction.
How are we, guys?
Good. How about yourself?
Good to be here.
Good.
So I guess we'll jump right into it.
Just jump right in with it.
The first thing, 3 years ago, the Des Moines Music Coalition decided to honor some music writers with an award. And the three people they chose were myself, the Des Moines Register's Joe Lawler, and then a music blogger named Dave Murphy. And now this week, within the span of about 48 hours, Murphy announced that he was going to take some time off. He was getting a little burned out and felt like his output wasn't where it was supposed to be. And then after that, Joe Lawler announced that he's leaving the Register.
No way.
So yeah, he's been with the Register now for 14 years. He's been 10 as the music writer for Juice.
Wow.
And yeah, now he's parting to go take a job, a marketing job in the private sector. So his last day is September 4th.
So you're the last remaining of the award-winning music writers.
And it's bittersweet because, I mean, Joe and I, obviously, we host a radio show on KFMG together. I've known Joe since I started doing this gig.
Is he going to still do the radio show or not?
That's the plan right now. We're going to see how it works into his schedule, obviously taking a kind of a more legit 9-to-5 job. It's a little less flexible.
A real job, in other words.
Yeah, exactly, right? We'll see how it is. And one of his whole reasons for taking it is because he's got 2 young kids now, and so his time becomes more valuable. He felt like he was losing, family time, going to concerts and stuff. So as to how he can work in the radio show and stuff, we'll see how that works out. But
we wish him the best.
Yeah, Joe and Dave both are a couple of guys who are really talented writers and have done a lot for the music scene. So losing them both kind of in the same week leaves a bit of a vacuum as far as music commentary and critique in town. So yeah, kind of sad news. Well, we'll see who the Register brings in to replace Joe in the next month and a half, I suppose.
Okay.
Moving forward from there, the Des Moines Symphony tickets are now on sale for the individual Masterworks concert, Masterworks series, I mean. So you can get tickets for the 2015. The Pops went on sale this Monday. I'm just tripping all over myself today. Single tickets to any of the programs will run you between $15 and $60, depending on where you want to sit. If you're a student, those are half off. dmsymphony.org is the place you want to go to check those out. All the individual show dates and times are listed there. So if you're interested in the symphony, that's the place to go.
There we go.
We got some good shows coming up the next few weeks to talk about here. The first one is a really big, kind of a legendary show for Des Moines indie rock, the Hollow Men, which were a big group in the late 80s, early 90s in town. They were really a band for about 3 or 4 years, but very influential as far as bands that came after them in the scene. They're reuniting for 2 shows here in town this week. Well, actually not in town, in Iowa. One is up in Cedar Falls Friday, and then Saturday they're going to be here in town at Lefty's.
Okay.
That's actually a really, really good show because they're going to be playing for the first time in 25 years together.
What's their sound if you're not familiar with them in the area?
The Hollow Men is really kind of like, if you remember like that, the alt sound of the early 90s, they're kind of a an intro into that. So kind of an alt punk sound, a little light rock, very kind of garage bandy stuff. And so they're going to be playing with Squid Boy, who's been a band in town now for 3 decades. They've been here forever. Northa Grand, who's a really, really great rock punk act.
Sean Wilson.
Yeah. So and then another band called Easy Fruit, which is kind of a bunch of younger guys who are, again, a really nice kind of a alt punk, rock, garage band sound. So really
nice
great show at Lefty's, exactly. Yeah, and $8 gets you in there this Saturday. So a good chance to kind of check out like a really kind of slice of Des Moines music history there. So I highly recommend getting to Lefty's and checking that show out. Also, as we saw earlier on the graphic, Epic Rap Battles of History is coming to Vaudeville Muse. If you're not familiar, this has been a long-running series on YouTube where they'll take 2 characters throughout history and pit them together in a rap battle.
What?
Sometimes it's interesting.
I've never seen this.
Hop on YouTube and check it out.
Is that what you would Google?
Yeah, Epic Rap Battles of History.
For example, who would you like? George Washington against somebody else, like Ben
against
Franklin?
King George. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They've done various characters through science fiction
and back and forth.
And rap back and forth. Yeah. Blackbeard versus Darth Vader. It's one of these things. Yeah. So they do this.
Okay.
So they're bringing their live show to Vaudeville Muse, which I imagine is a lot like the YouTube show, but with costume changes. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's when it works, it's really, really clever and hilarious. Some
Darth
don't
Vader
always hit
versus
quite as
Adolf
well.
Hitler.
See?
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Wow.
August 26th, doors open at 5, $25 to get in. It's, it's fun.
It's fun. All right.
The last one to talk about is we've got Aaron Cam and the One Drops with Dr. Murdoch. That's going to be at Woolies. It's going to be 7 doors at 7, shows at 8. That's going to be this weekend, Saturday. $5 at the door. Again, really good kind of fun local kind of indie rock bands, and Woolies is a great place to see an act. So as you're kind of coming down from your post-state fair kind of high, we've got some really good shows coming up this weekend to kind of get you back into the swing of thing with some nice local bands, some really good local acts. So we got a good weekend lined up.
And we have one more that I want to mention. We got coming out of commercial break. We heard Johnny Lang playing.
Johnny Lang over at Hoyt Sherman Place.
He's in town Sunday, right?
Yeah, and I've actually got an interview with him in this week's City View.
There you go. So if you want to check that out, you get a preview of what's going on. Perfect. Well done, my friend. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Chad.
All right,
there
guys.
you have it. For more information, where do people go?
Bandbombshell.com, new stuff every day, and you can check me out in City View.
All righty. It's 7:30. We'll be back. You're watching Great Day Live on KCWI.